What was Tina Tompkins like?
Tina Tompkins liked short, shy, and felt completely strange.
Right. And what did all the other girls wear?
All the other girls were nice clothes
Why did Tina's mother make tiny dresses?
because he is very tiny.
So what did everyone else get on Valentine's Day?
Everyone else got cars on Valentine's Day
Why did the boys never notice her?
because Tina was so tiny that the
Mhm.
boys never noticed her.
Right. Who did Tina want most of all to notice her?
Most of all, Tina wanted Tommy Taylor to notice her.
Why did everyone love Tommy Taylor?
He was smart, funny, and great at sports.
Where were Tommy and Tina sent?
Sent the storage room.
Why couldn't Tina believe her luck?
If only Tommy would notice her.
Right. Why did Tina nearly faint?
Tommy had actually spoken to her.
Exactly. Why did Tina sound like a bubbling idiot?
She says Yan Blue Yell.
Right. Why did Tina let out a loud scream?
There was a fire and the flames were blocking the hall.
Right. How did Tommy look?
He looked pale and scared.
Why did Tina stop panicking?
Tommy was asking her for advice.
Right. Why was Tina no longer frightened?
She was determined to save them both.
Right. And what had arrived?
She could see that the fire truck had arrived.
Right, the fire truck had arrived. Where was everyone else?
Everyone else was already safely outside.
Why did Tina climb out of the window?
She think she going to climb out of the window and call for help from the roof.
Why was Tina ecstatic?
Tommy Taylor knew her name.
Right. And where did Tina climb before Tommy could stop her?
Tina climbed throughout the window.
What did Tina slip down onto?
She slipped down onto the roof.
What did Tina take off?
She took off her sweater.
What did the fireman grab?
The firemen grabbed their ladders.
What are the firemen doing for Tina and Tommy within minutes?
Within minutes, they were carrying Tina and Tommy to safety.
Why did Tina smile back at Tommy?
Tommy said, "You saved my life."
And Tommy?
Tommy had finally noticed her.
Right. And how does Tommy feel about Tina?
You saved my life.
So he thinks she is small, but
brave.
Brave, right. What does Tina awarded?
Tina was awarded a medal for bravery.
Where did the fire chief hang the medal?
The fire chief hung the medal around Tina's neck.
Tina's shoulder?
Tina's neck.
Where did Tommy Taylor sit?
He sat in the front row, whole front row. Tina Tompkins had always been very tiny. She was short, shy, and felt completely strange. All the other girls were nice clothes, but Tina's mother had to make Tina's tiny dresses. Everyone else got cars on Valentine's Day, but Tina was so tiny that the boys never noticed her. Tina hated being tiny. She wanted to be tall, pretty, and popular. Most of all, Tina wanted Tommy Taylor to notice her. Tommy Taylor was the tallest boy at school. He was smart, funny, and great at sports. Everyone loved Tommy, especially Tina. But Tommy never noticed her. One day during art class, everything changed. Tommy and Tina, please go to the storage room and get some paint and clean brushes, said the teacher. And Tina couldn't believe her luck. If only Tommy would notice her. He followed him up to the storage room. He opened the door, licked on the light, and searched for the paint. What colors do we need? Blue and yellow? Tommy asked. Tina nearly fainted. Tommy had actually spoken to her. Say something smart, she thought. Say something witty. Instead, she said, yan blue yao. Yan blue yao? Tommy asked with a laugh. I mean, yes, blue and yellow, said Tina, blushing. She sounded like a babbling idiot. If only she could say or do something impressive. Suddenly, the fire alarm rang throughout the school. It must be a fire drill, said Tommy. Tina nodded, relieved for an excuse to get away from him. She opened the door and let out a round scream. This wasn't a fire drill. This was the real thing. There was a fire and the flames were blocking the hall. Tina slammed the door shut and looked at Tommy. He looked pale and scared. What should we do? He asked. Tina began to panic until she realized that Tommy asking her for advice. Tina looked around her room. There was only one door. There was a window, but it was too high to reach. Tommy, lift me up to the window so I can call for help, said Tina. She was no longer frightened. She was determined to save them both. Tommy held Tina up. She could see that the fire truck had arrived. Everyone else was already safely outside. We're up here. Somebody help us, she shouted. Can they hear you? Asked Tommy. I don't think so. I'm going to climb out of the window and call for help from the roof, she said. No, Tina, it's too dangerous. Tommy Taylor sounded worried, but Tina was ecstatic. Tommy Taylor knew her name. Before he could stop her, Tina climbed through the window. Be careful, called Tommy. Tina nodded and slipped down onto the roof. She took off her sweater and waved it around. Up here, she yelled. Up here. Suddenly, everyone saw her. The firemen grabbed their ladders and ran towards the building. Within minutes, they were carrying Tina and Tommy to safety. Everyone crowded around to see if they were hurt. We're fine, thanks to Tina. Luckily, she's small and brave, said Tommy. Tommy smiled at Tina. You saved my life. Tina smiled back. Tommy and finally noticed her. The next day, Tina was awarded a medal for her bravery. Everyone agreed that Tina was a hero. The fire chief hung the medal around his shoulder, around Tina's neck, and then lifted her up onto his shoulder. The whole school clapped and cheered.
오케이. 메달을 숄더에 달아줬어?
No.
너 메달을 숄더에 달아줬다 이거지 아까 좀. 어깨에다 감아줬어? 메달을?
Tina was so happy. Best of all, Tommy Taylor sat in the front row, holding her book. She had never felt so tall. From high up on the fire chief's shoulder, tiny Tina Tompkins was glad she was small.